and we'll also take you to beautiful Rush Ranch and show you some of the recently acquired and preserved open space around the community of Fairfield. My guests tonight, Kathy Deneen and Marianne Kluntz, members of the Fairfield-Sassoon Drug Advisory Committee. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Red Ribbon Week, ladies. This is an annual event, and it occurs in October, I believe. Kathy, tell us a little bit about Red Ribbon Week. How did it get started?
Well, basically, Larry, it started out of a tragedy. There was the murder of a federal agent, Enrique Camareno, who was murdered by drug traffickers, and there was a public outcry to focus on the demand for drugs and try to do what we could to stop the demand. People started to feel like if each person got involved and made a commitment, that maybe that would make a difference. So it started with people tying red ribbons on virtually anything they could find. Their mailboxes, their car antennas, the street lamps, up and down the street on trees. People are wearing red ribbon to signify their personal commitment. So that's where it began.
Terrific. And we've been involved in it for how long now?
This is our 4th year of being full-blown into a lot of activities, and actually the whole community has caught on quite a bit. The school children are very committed to it through leadership of administration. They wear a red wristband talking about their commitment, their personal commitment against drugs. They do different activities within the schools, and then the communities are also involved.
Very good. I know it's a week of a lot of activity. Much of it is symbolic, I understand, but there are also some real activities going on, and we're involved in them. Marianne, I think one of the major activities that happens is the run against drugs. When's that going to occur? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, this year it's Saturday, October 19th, 9 o'clock in the morning. Rain or shine, we take off at 9 o'clock. But we're very excited about it this year because we have many more people involved. We have more of the community thinking that this is really something that they can help us with. And in the past, we've had 500 or 600 runners, or one year we counted 700, but they accused me of counting eyes twice, you know. So. But this year the shirt is real fun. You know, it's a fun up thing like the Maui shark, and we've got that already on the works. And we've got registration forms going out through the schools, and so you'll be hearing more about it real soon.
Okay, and Marianne, this is not something that's necessarily a competitive race. A lot of people get involved, all of them don't run. Is that
That's correct? We have some serious runners, and we have grandmothers, and we have people with wheelchairs, and we have strollers, and we have brownie troops that just walk real slow. And we have, this year, our theme is, our thrust is for you to come as a group in theme, like in a costume or something. And I understand from Kathy, she said that the SWAT team in Fairfield is coming with fly swatters. So that would be a challenge to other teams to, to come and be something real comical or serious or, whatever you thought was for your group.
That's great. So the idea is that if you want, you bring a group, bring your whole family, your neighborhood or whatever, and have a theme. Kathy, you're going to say something?
One thing that's unique about this year's run is we switched the location from starting to finish. We usually started in Sassoon and ran to Fairfield, and this year we're starting in Fairfield and ending in Sassoon. And out of that sprung an idea, and I don't know if it's because we're all water conscious and drought conscious or what, but it's starting at one body of water and ending at another, the pond by the Civic Center in Fairfield and the slough in Sassoon. Hence the title, Pond to Slough.
Pond.
Not Bay to Breakers, Pond to Slough.
Right.
Wonderful.
Right.
That sounds great.
We're having lots of fun with it this year.
Can you sign up for the race on the day of the race,
Yes.
or do you have to? No, you don't have to do it in advance.
Well, you can do either. On the registration form, it gives you an opportunity to sign up early, and it does say race day registration. But something else that's unique about this year is that it's 50% cheaper if you come in a group of 5 or more. It could be your family, it could be your neighbors, like you said.
Okay.
It could be, a bunch of chums that come together.
Okay. And what is the registration fee?
It's $10 per person or $5 each in a group of 5 or more.
But basically that fee is applying to the purchase of the T-shirt.
Right.
And that's a collector item. People are going to want it.
And I saw I've seen what the T-shirt's going to look like, and it's going to be terrific, believe me. So I think $10 is real reasonable. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to talk more about the run and more about Red Ribbon. Stay tuned.
Vince, come on, we're late. This headbagging is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in. with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie. Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
Hello. Research indicates we Americans create too much garbage. So I have spent years developing worms that eat garbage at astonishing rates. Some eat more than others.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. To find out more, dial 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Welcome back. We're talking with Kathy Deneen and Marianne Klontz from the Fairfield-Suisun Drug Advisory Committee about Red Ribbon Week activities. Ladies, talk about some of the sponsors of the event and who's helping you out with it.
Well, this year we have KUIC wants to do several spots on the radio, and they're going to bring out their, what do you call that wonderful little truck?
Their mobile sound truck?
And they're going to be there on the day of the run, and they're going to encourage us to do lots of things during the time to get ready for it and talk to people about it and that sort of thing. But our ongoing sponsor, the one that's been the pillar and the backbone of the whole thing, is the Elks, because the first year they said, okay, what is your budget? And then they wrote a check, and then every year they've just been giving it to us every time. And AK Bean has been the same way, giving us money every time. And then we have lots of sponsors that are just kind of like in the background, and we always say thank you at the end of the year for the things that they do for us. But those are the major ones that we have.
Yeah, the Daily Republic's been a big support.
Yes.
They offer free advertising toward the event and offer promotional information, so it really helps a lot.
Sounds like we have a lot of community involvement. You make a small amount of money after you buy the T-shirts. What do the proceeds go to? You are a nonprofit organization, so
Right.
where
One
does
of the
money
big
go?
things we do is we send teenagers to conferences, like to the Youth to Youth in Los Angeles, and to the CADFI conference was in Sacramento last year. And we have Friday Night Live this year. We've offered to, they're just now on board in Solano County, and we've offered our support to them. And Sober Graduation is at Armio, and Kathy's on that committee, and so we feel real good about that because we've been pushing and pressing for Sober Graduation to happen. And so it's at Armio, and we're still working to hope that it comes at Fairfield High. And let's see, I did Sober Graduation, Friday Night Live, the conferences.
Friday Night Live? Did you mention Friday Night Live? It's something you're working
After
on.
Finals Bash.
And after Finals Bash we had last year was so much fun, and the kids really caught on, and it was like one of those things that we had to do at the last minute because it was a new thing, you know, and we thought really, and how are we going to get the kids' message? And they did it themselves. That's what was so wonderful about it, was that they went to both of the high schools and said, this is what we're going to do, and we had 300 kids show up, and they only knew about it like a week in advance. So
I was at that event, and
it was so much
it was just a
fun.
wonderful experience to see these kids having that much fun and no drugs and alcohol involved. It was a terrific event. Kathy, we're going to get some widespread publicity on this event too, I understand, from Channel 10.
Right, we're excited about it. We contacted the Scratch people. There's a program that's produced on Channel 10 by teenagers, for teenagers, talking about teenage issues and things that they need to be focused on.
And that's called Scratch?
It's called Scratch. And I was informed, well, it's become a national telecast now, so they couldn't really promote something in Fairfield. But what they offered instead is that the Scratch kids will be working with some of our local kids to produce a PSA that will show on Channel 10 between now and the run.
About our event.
Wow.
That's great, out of Sacramento.
That's
Right,
wonderful.
Looking forward to that. You work, Kathy, you work for the City of Fairfield. How do the cities help in this Fairfield and Suisun City event?
Well, actually, they're in a position where they can take somewhat of a leadership role. A lot of people are able to see, because of high visibility, what city people are involved in. A lot of people are easily recognized because of their role. So what we're doing is challenging the people that work for the City of Fairfield to show up in numbers and represent their department. Department heads are asked to be the leading runner, maybe with a sign on their back saying, "Catch me if you can," to their employees. We're challenging them to show up in costume or dress in theme. If they're a serious runner, they don't want to be bogged down in a costume, but they could carry something that signifies who they are and what they're about and what group they're affiliated with.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we challenge the mayors and members of the city council from both cities to be there and lead people from both our cities on this run? What do you think?
I think it's an excellent idea.
Mayors and council people, you're formally challenged to be at the Red Ribbon Run.
And Chief Alder is always there, so what about Chief Huckel?
Okay, I think we should challenge him to be there too.
Right.
He's a runner also. I think he can be there.
If he's been there before, he's probably going to hit me, right?
He's been there. I've seen him. He's been there.
He has been. We have just a little bit of time left. I want to recap. When is the run, Marianne, again, for the folks?
It's October 19th, Saturday, 9 a.m., rain or shine, we take off. So it's better to get there a little early if you haven't registered. Be there about 8 o'clock because we get a crowd right at the end. And last year we had to go with some people not having their shirts yet, you know, because there was a long line, and we got the bullhorn and we said, it's 9 o'clock, we got to go.
Starts at Fairfield City Hall this year.
Is that correct?
Right.
Starts at Fairfield City
In the
Hall.
parking lot right in front of the community
It's
center.
5K, which is about 3 miles,
3.1.
3.1 miles, and October 19th. If you want to get involved in this race, contact Kathy at the Prevention Division of the Public Safety Department or the Fairfield-Suisun Drug Advisory Committee. And thank you, ladies, very much for being on the program. Good luck with your run. And we're going to take a break and show you one of our regular newsreel productions, Produce Pickins with Linda Tinbrink. Take a look at this.